Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone had an absolutely fantastic Christmas. You joined me and Dizzy out on a nice Boxing Day easy run. I'm running off my one Christmas dinner. Dizzy's running off all three of his. And today we're going to talk about everything British National Championship. So, last race was the BSSF National Championships, and it was our first ever one, and oh my, what an experience. So it was by far the biggest event we have ever attended. An absolutely enormous amount of classes, competitors doing everything, from canicross to bikes, scooters and rigs. So with it being a national championships, that's kind of got to be expected because it is an open event, meaning there are no qualifying times. So they kind of requested that you've raced for about a year before you enter, so you kind of know how the start procedures work, how getting a dog to the start line works, your overtaking is on point. But other than that, it's then just down to you to decide how much training you feel like you can put in to run a time that you're happy running at a national championships. So the format is exactly the same as a lot of the canicross races you've seen us running on this channel. 5k over 2 days. The only slight difference was that Saturday everyone went out in your own class, so the men, the women and then the veterans, with 30-second intervals. So there's a few overtakes to do, but people often running very different times to you. In our case, minutes above and minutes below. But then on the Sunday, it's all changed and all the canicrossers go out together. So there's lots of racing to do, and it actually gave us the race of our lives. So the Saturday, our start time was in the afternoon. So it's actually only the second time we've done an afternoon race. So it meant quite a bit of hanging around, and Diz definitely knew what he was there to do by the time it came around to race time. He blasted off a line at 30 kilometers an hour, and then through the first kilometer in 3 minutes and 5 seconds, which is a new team record for 1 kilometer. Definitely a touch ambitious though. When you think we are still yet to break 18 minutes for 5k, setting off at 15-minute pace definitely took its toll on us by the time we got to the end. So we sort of settled in a little bit in the second kilometre. Got much more like our pace that we want to hit. We ran it in 3:35, mostly because we were slowed down by this one long, hard packed section. And regular viewers will know Dizzy is not such a fan of those hard packed bits. The only reason why we're running down this hard packed bit as well is that was the only tricky bit on the course for us. Generally, the trails were absolutely stunning. Grassy, not a drop of mud, beautiful pine forest, perfect. Pan flat as well. I would run there every week. It was absolutely wonderful. The other thing to remember, which I didn't take into account for at Thetford, is that obviously it's a man-made forest. So, look at this stunning view. So yeah, that meant, go on, yeah, come on. So that means the forest is arranged in these sort of blocks, almost like a foresty city. But it meant for the trails that you're running, there was only about 9 or 10 turns in the entire thing, but every turn was through 90 degrees. So a couple of days afterwards, my core was absolutely wrecked. just from being pulled around corners that sharp. 2024 will see an up in the amount of S&C we're going to do to try and combat that and make me a stronger runner to get around those corners quicker. Here's a top Canicross tip for you. We have a treacherous, muddy, downhill, really steep steps and slope. So it's always good to have a behind command rather than Dizzy pulling us down. Dizzy? Dizzy behind? Behind? Good boy. He'll now trot along behind me. Ooh. Ooh. And got my tempo, which is the tempo of a snail with cramp down here. We made it. Coming up to one of our little favourite bits on this route. Very much like Thetford, bit of pine forest. So in general, the temperatures at the race were really unseasonably mild. About 10-11 degrees, so not hot, but the humidity was right up in the 90%, and we've been training in 5-6 degrees and chucking down with rain, or horrible weather really. So feeling pretty cold, which meant during the race all the dogs really felt the heat. Dizzy felt it, which is, if he's feeling it, it is warm. It really took its toll on us in the 4th and 5th kilometre, especially after going off so quick. We both struggled, although we managed to cling on. And coming around the final corner, I looked down at my watch. It was just ticking over 17 minutes with 400 metres to go. So we'd still given ourselves the opportunity to run a team record for 5k, which would have 18:17 to beat. Didn't quite make it, even with a sprint finish. We came over the line in 18:32, but an absolutely fantastic run. Obviously a season's best. Our second fastest 5k ever, and actually our fastest race finish for a 5k race we've ever done. Do you want to drink out the trough? So the fastest race finish we've ever done, because well, we actually set our 5k PB. That's the speed through 5k. The course was long, it was about 5.2k, so we were actually 18:40 something over the line in that race. So actually that was our fastest 5k race finish. We're going up there. Beautiful morning to go up the beacon. Not sure how much talking I'm going to be doing going up there though. So the Sunday, the organisers actually shortened the course because of the conditions. The event is absolutely brilliant in that way that they have a vet basically on the finish line observing the dogs as they come across. And the condition of the dogs in the Canicross class on the Saturday coming across the line caused the vet to recommend that the course be shortened. So we were shortened to 4.4k, which for us is a touch disappointing because we fancied another crack at trying to get a team record, but obviously the dogs have to come first. So with it being our first run over 5k since September, my legs were a little bit battered on the Sunday, but all that day 2 training we've been putting in is paying off, because we had a much better run. We were still about 3:20 for the first kilometre, slowing a little bit with the hard pack section. We were a bit gutted they didn't cut that bit out in the 4.4, and then we settled into a really nice rhythm. Now obviously all the Canicrosses were out together, which meant about halfway round the team behind us, who not had a great run on the Saturday and are a bit quicker than us, managed to actually catch us. So as Dolly the Eurohound came past us, Dizzy fought for our place, going toe to toe, running abreast for pretty much the whole back straight. Both dogs showing off how well trained they are, be able to do that, no one leaving their lane, lunging across the other one. Just 2 brilliant Canicross dogs having a wonderful time running together. But eventually they had the power to get past us, but Dizzy tucked in beautifully behind and then just kept them within striking distance. Then with about a k to go, Dizzy decided we were going to catch him. He saw him slow up a little, looked back at me and told me we were going after them. So we caught right back up to them. We were sat on their tail. I didn't think I had enough to go past him with 900 to go, but my little spotty rocket did. Keep going, keep going. You're going well. Come on, Diz, you can go if you want. If you've got it. Let's go, Diz. Good boy. Go on, Diz. And we went through 2 little white signs that say no right of way. Dizzy had just about got us in front by that point. So we tucked in, took the racing line, and then it was 400 to go. I knew if we could hold them off, so 200 to go, we'd have a chance of set out sprinting them on the line. We both got a pretty good kick, but a very, very smart racing move. They went from 400 out. There's just no way we can match Eurohound power from 400 meters out. Just can't do it. Bigger dog, more powerful dog. Great move from the other team. So we sat tight in the hope they'd tire, and we kicked from 100 meters, but we couldn't catch him. We closed a lot, couldn't catch him. But a brilliant, brilliant run from Dizzy. If it had been the full 5k, we'd have had that sub 18-minute goal of ours. Absolutely epic race. Just got to get back up the big hill now.